Hey, how's everybody doing today? My name is Ricardo Cordue. I'm here for day number 2, kind of my thoughts and recap on Operation Hope Forum day 2. And so, real quick, I wanted to kind of go through some things that I kind of picked up from the conversations today, and then also some things that I felt like were important to me going forward. And so, today, one thing that I heard was understand that you can grow too fast and leave too many people behind. And they kind of spoke about that with technology and some things like that. There was such a quick boom that, infrastructure when it comes to internet in different locations and things like that. And I see that today in our community where I'm at in Macon. There's a lot of areas in Macon that have insufficient internet connection. And so for people who are financially challenged, struggle with financial literacy, things like that, having problems to have access to capital, to be in areas that have efficient internet, they have been left behind. And so that's why you see an increase in crime and different things like that, homelessness and suicide rates and things like that, because we as leaders didn't do the right thing to make sure majority was moving forward in the community. So that's one thing I kind of thought of that I heard, that I picked up. Another one is understanding that fintech is a benefit in our community for people who don't traditionally have bank accounts. They're scared to get bank accounts. Introducing that prepaid card allowed people to begin to save money from going to the cash, avoiding going to those cash check-in places that are charge them $20, $30 sometimes to cash their check, and also bringing people to environments that are not safe. That a lot of cash check-in places are in bad areas, bad surrounding areas, and so I picked that up listening today also. Another thing that I picked up is that how do we create better systems to give access to as many people as possible when it comes to education, when it comes to financial literacy education, when it comes to access to capital for small businesses. What's some things that we can do to make it even more easier to give people access, to give them accessibility to the information, because what we realize is that it's not necessarily the access to the capital, it's access to the information, because the mindset, it takes time for the mindset to begin to understand how you should spend your money correctly, how you should invest your money correctly, why it's important for you to be a homeowner, or why it's important for you to pay your credit cards off every month on time, things like that. Having that education behind you will help you become financially fit, but also give you an advantage in your life and how you approach life and how you manage money. Another thing that let me see what else. Sometimes when it comes to, and I listened to one of the CEOs, and he was talking about how, sometimes you have to be a disruptor. That, sometimes, you might desire, hey, I need to get in that room to be able to have access to the information. But sometimes the greatest ideas come outside the room, basically outside the room. So there's a lot of things like MTV. MTV got made with some disruptors, people who wasn't in the main boardroom. They found investors to invest them outside of the boardroom. And so there's ways for you to be able to have big ideas, but don't have to be in the room. You can find people outside the room who have ideas, great energy, they get great tech. They're looking for something that they can go all in on. And so that is something key to think about. Let's see. Another great thing that I realized is that, banks need organization, nonprofits who are on the ground. So, for instance, I work for CDFI, and so I'm on the ground. I'm doing educational work when it comes to small business education, also financial literacy when it comes to personal financial statements, balance sheets, pro forma training, developer training, different things like that, that banks can't take the time to train and access people in the community like that. And so creating a pipeline or being using the bank is looking for partners that they can give resources to help solve that problem that they just cannot do at this time. Let's see here. Another big thing I kept hearing is you have to listen more than you speak. The more you listen to others and you start hearing their stories, start hearing their situations, what happens is it can put you in a place, especially if you're looking to be a leader in your community, it can put you in a place where you having that understanding can help build a commonality between you between you and that person. And they talked about this a little bit when it comes to politics. They talked about it a little bit when it comes to engaging your community. You know, if you could sit down with people, and I like what I heard was that's something they did in the 60s. They sat down and they talked to small business. They talked to different people in the government, things like that. They sat down and had a conversation. And was the conversation easy? No. But what happened was they had to listen to what some of the things, some of the struggles, some of the issues that these people were having, and then try to find a commonality where, hey, you know, you being successful and me being successful helps the whole economy. And I like the saying, a rising tide, it rises together. And so that's what I kind of got from the Hope Forum today for day number 2. And you know, as a community business consultant, you know, I do a lot of work in the community. I talk with people in the community on a regular basis. I help try to give wise counsel, try to listen to people's business plans and things that they want to do in their business, to try to help them become, first challenge them to make sure that the idea that they want to do they really have the fight that it's going to take to be to cross that finish line, to open that business, to be successful, but also to expand their expectation. You know, hey, don't just look at this business as you being an entrepreneur. We realize that the stats say 96% of Black-owned businesses, business owners only work for themselves. They don't have even one employee that are working for them. So we have to change that narrative in our community.